People love comfort. They want to hear that everything will be okay, that life is fair, that being nice is enough. But the truth? Life doesn't care about your illusions. It doesn't reward intentions, punches where it hurts. And there are things you'll never hear face to face. Not from your friends, they don't want to upset you. Not from your family, they want you safe. Not even from yourself, because deep down you're afraid to admit them. But these are the truths that set you free. They don't sound nice, but they save lives. Are you ready? Then listen closely. Here are 17 brutal truths about life no one will say to your face. 1. No one cares how hard it is for you. They only care about the result. You can stay up all night, fight your inner demons, endure pain, loss, setbacks, and still the world won't give you a gold star for effort. No one sees your silent battles. They only see what's in your hands, not what's in your heart. That sounds harsh, but it's real. People respect outcomes, not struggles. They don't care how many times you fell, only if you stood back up and what you achieved after. You can cry about this, or you can let it wake you up. No one owes you applause. No one owes you recognition. If you want respect, earn it. If you want to be heard, become someone who can't be ignored. That's not cynicism. That's clarity. Life doesn't judge you by what you intended. It judges you by what you built. So stop waiting for sympathy. Become someone they respect, even in silence. 2. Most people don't want you to grow stronger. Your weakness benefits them. The moment you start changing, setting boundaries, thinking for yourself, saying no, you become a problem. You'll feel it fast. Some will get offended. You've changed. Others will get irritated. You're too cold now. And some will quietly drift away. Why? Because you're no longer easy to control. You used to be agreeable, quiet, self-sacrificing. Now you're not. And that breaks their comfort. So they'll guilt you, push back, try to pull you down. Don't fall for it. That's the test. If you bend, you lose yourself again. If you stand firm, only the real ones stay. The rest? Let them go. When you become stronger, the weak will disappear. And that's not loss. That's cleansing. Strength makes people uncomfortable. But the ones who stay, they're real. And now so are you. 3. The more you wait, the less you'll have. Waiting feels safe. You wait for the right time, for better conditions, for motivation. Then weeks pass, months, years, and you're still sitting there, feeding yourself excuses and calling it patience. But the truth? You're just afraid. Afraid to fail. Afraid to look stupid. Afraid it won't work out. But the longer you wait, the weaker your will becomes. The more rust grows on your ambition. Because without action, you rot. The world doesn't wait. Opportunities don't wait. Time doesn't wait. And every minute you sit still is a decision to stay exactly where you are. Someday you'll realize how much you lost to hesitation. And that will hurt more than failure ever could. You weren't lazy, you were just busy wasting time. Later is the enemy of now. And if you want life, move. If you want regret, wait. For people remember your mistakes, not your kindness. You can give, support, show up, carry others on your back for years. But one slip-up, one misstep, one wrong word, one failure to meet their expectations, and suddenly, everything you've done means nothing. People don't remember your efforts. They remember where you failed. Because it's easier to judge a mistake than to understand your journey. And yes, that stings. Especially when you were genuine. But that's life. People are not required to be grateful. They are free to forget, to leave, to turn their backs. And you are free to stop depending on their memory. Your worth is not measured by their attention span. Your strength is not defined by their approval. Accept this. You will always be wrong in someone's story. The brighter you shine, the more blind they become. Let them talk. Let them forget. Just don't forget who you are. That's your job. 5. You allowed people to treat you that way. It's hard to admit. It's easier to say, they used me, they didn't value me, they hurt me. But the truth is, you allowed it. You stayed silent when you should have spoken. You tolerated what you should have walked away from. You said yes when everything in you screamed no. You You hoped they'd change, that they'd see, that they'd finally appreciate. But people don't read your hopes, they respond to your actions. If you bend, they'll push further. If you shrink, they'll take more. And that's not on them, that's on you. But here's the good news, if you allowed it, you can also stop it. Now, without drama, without explanations, just stand up and say, enough. That's the beginning of real life. Not easy, but honest, where you no longer betray yourself even for love. 6. Not everyone who smiles at you is a friend, and not everyone who criticizes you is an enemy. Life isn't black and white. The most fake people can look warm, supportive, kind, and still talk behind your back, mock you, use you. And the one who told you a harsh truth to your face might be the only one who actually respects you. We confuse politeness with sincerity, and that's dangerous. Keeps us surrounded by smiles that mean nothing and blind to warnings that could save us. Even more dangerous, rejecting the truth just because it's uncomfortable. Because deep down, you don't want change. You want comfort. You want safety, not growth. But real friends don't coddle you. They challenge you. They say, you're slipping. Wake up. You're better than this. And if you don't listen, they walk. Not because they don't care, but because you don't. Learn to see the difference between those who keep you weak and those who want you stronger. And value those who tell it straight, even when it stings. 7. You'll never grow stronger while you keep feeling sorry for yourself. Self-pity feels warm, like a blanket, but it's made of chains. It sounds like, I've been through so much, life isn't fair, I try, but nothing works. And behind all of it is a quiet excuse. I don't want to take responsibility. Yes, life hurt you. Yes, people failed you. But as long as you keep feeding that story, you're giving your past control over your future. You're staying where it broke you. Strength doesn't mean you never suffered. It means you say, I suffered, and I'm still moving. While you pity yourself, you build nothing. You patch a hole that keeps reopening because you're not moving forward. Power starts the moment you say, enough. No more whining. No more waiting for rescue. No more excuses. Just steps forward, no matter how heavy they feel. 8. You won't get more out of life while clinging to what's already gone. You can't step into the future with both hands chained to the past. But that's what most people do. Hold on to old people, old habits, old identities. Even when it's killing them. Because it's familiar. Because what if I regret letting go? But the truth is, the past isn't holding you. You're holding it. You say you want change, but you keep living the same way. You dream of a new life, but feed your mind yesterday's fears. Growth always comes with loss. The loss of your old self, of toxic connections, of comfortable lies. And yes, it hurts. But right behind that pain is freedom. Behind that release is your next level. You can't fly while dragging dead weight. You want elevation? Let go. First, it feels like emptiness, then like peace, and finally like power. 9. Nobody will fix your life for you, and no one is coming to save you. We all crave rescue. A mentor, a miracle, a lucky break. Someone to show up and say, I see your pain. Let me help. But here's the truth. No one's coming. Not because people don't care, but because it's not their job. It's yours. And the longer you wait for someone to lift you, the deeper you sink. There is no perfect timing, no chosen one, just you. At some point, you have to pick yourself up with shaky hands, look at the mess, and say, I don't know how yet, but I'll figure it out. That's where the path begins. That's where strength is born. The most powerful people you admire, no one saved them. They save themselves piece by piece, choice by choice. You are your own rescue. Start acting like it. 10. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. You can wish for love, respect, success. You can write affirmations, visualize your dream life, talk about what you deserve. But the world doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your energy, your habits, your self-worth. If you want a loyal partner, are you loyal to yourself? If you want respect, do you set boundaries? If you want abundance, do you still think in scarcity? You don't manifest by wanting. You manifest by becoming. You shape your reality by how you show up every single day. And no, it's not instant. You don't raise your vibration once and get rewarded. You live it. You embody it. You earn it. So stop asking, why am I not getting what I want? Ask, who am I right now? Because life gives you exactly that, what you reflect. 11. Discipline will give you more freedom than motivation ever will. Motivation is a mood. Comes and goes like the weather. You watch a video, read a quote, feel fired up, and 2 hours later you're scrolling distracted back to zero. That's not freedom. That's addiction to emotion. But discipline, that's different. Discipline is boring, quiet, relentless. It wakes you up early when you don't want to. It makes you show up even when no one's watching. It builds habits that stack into power. And one day, while others are still waiting to feel ready, you're already 10 steps ahead because you didn't chase energy. You built structure. You want real freedom? Earn it by becoming someone who does the work no matter what. Success is rented, and the rent is due every damn day. 12. The truth will cost you, but lies will bankrupt you. Being honest is expensive. You might lose relationships, comfort, approval. People may label you cold, selfish, arrogant, just because you chose truth over performance. But living a lie, that's a slow death. You smile when you want to scream. You say yes when your soul is yelling no. You shrink to fit into places you've outgrown just to be liked. And each time you lie to stay accepted, you abandon yourself. You think you're protecting your peace, but really you're selling it, bit by bit. Until one day, you look in the mirror and don't recognize what's looking back. Honesty hurts at first, but it's clean. It burns fake bridges and clears the fog. And in that clarity, you meet someone real. You tell the truth, not because it's easy, but because your soul depends on it. 13. If you keep breaking your own rules, don't be surprised when others do too. You say you want respect, but you laugh it off when someone crosses a line. You say you value your time, but answer calls at midnight. You promise yourself you'll stop, and then do it just one more time, and slowly your standards collapse, because the world mirrors you. If you don't honor your own word, why would they? If you don't protect your energy, why would they care? People learn how to treat you by watching how you treat yourself. That's the brutal truth. It's not enough to say what you want. You have to enforce it, with action, with silence, with distance. Every time you let it slide, you're training them. I don't really mean it. But the moment you say enough and mean it, everything changes. Because self-respect isn't loud. It's consistent. 14. The people you surround yourself with will make or break your life. Look around. Are they growing or just talking? Do they challenge you or drain you? Do they clap for your wins or fall silent when you rise? You become like the people closest to you. Their mindset, their habits, their standards, they rub off. You can't fly with anchors tied to your ankles. And loyalty to the wrong crowd is self-destruction. Yes, letting go hurts, but staying small to fit in, that's worse. Greatness requires isolation for a time, to reset, to rebuild, to protect your energy. Then slowly you attract better. Not perfect, but aligned. People who grow with you, who sharpen you, who call you out and lift you up. Your circle is either your power or your prison. Choose wisely, because no one becomes powerful alone, but many stay weak out of fear to be. 15. No one respects someone who doesn't respect themselves. You can be kind, generous, supportive, but if you bend for everyone, say yes when you mean no, let people talk over you, use you, walk away and come back as they please, they won't admire you. They'll take advantage of you. Respect doesn't come from what you give. It comes from what you don't allow. It starts with boundaries, with silence instead of begging, with walking away even when it hurts. You want people to value you? Value yourself first. Make your time, your energy, your presence a choice, not a default. And those who truly see your worth, they'll rise to meet you. The rest, let them fall behind. Because when you finally stop shrinking for others, you'll see who was real and who was just comfortable with the weaker version of you. 16. You can't build a strong life with a weak mind. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how fit you are, how perfect your image looks. If your mind is undisciplined, you'll sabotage everything. One bad mood will ruin your focus. One setback will break your momentum. One critic will destroy your confidence. Because strength isn't in your muscles. It's in your mental grip. Do you stay calm under pressure? Can you delay gratification? Can you keep going without applause? That's real power. Your mind is either your weapon or your cage. Train it. Feed it with truth, not distractions. Challenge it with silence, not noise. Make it your ally, or it will become your enemy. Because the world is already hard. Don't let the battlefield inside be harder. 17. If you keep avoiding pain, you'll keep avoiding growth. Growth and pain are twins. Every version of you that became stronger did so through discomfort, through letting go, through failing, through getting back up. But modern life teaches you to run from pain. Numb it, escape it, scroll it away, drink it away, distract yourself until you forget you're even hurting. But real growth begins when you stop running and start facing. You sit with it, you listen to it, you ask, what is this teaching me? Because pain isn't your enemy, it's your guide. It shows you what needs to heal, what needs to change, what you're still afraid of. And when you stop fearing it, it loses control over you. You don't grow by staying comfortable. You grow by walking through the fire and realizing you didn't burn. You became unshakable. These truths weren't meant to comfort you. They were meant to wake you up. Because life won't wait for you to be ready. And no one will hand you power. You take it by facing what others run from, by owning your flaws, by cutting your excuses, and by becoming someone who doesn't just survive, but leads. So if something in you stirred today, don't ignore it. Write in the comments, I choose truth. Subscribe if you're done with illusions. And share this with someone who needs a push, even if they won't thank you for it.